Yo, guys, welcome back again today. So, guys, today we're going to be talking about some more ancient Egyptians. You know, my people. You know, I love gold. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys love gold too. So, today I think you're going to find a lot of this video to be very interesting. So, in a burial site or a cemetery around 40 miles north from Cairo, Egypt, right? In Cairo, Egypt, there's a cemetery and they found more ancient mummies from Egypt that actually have golden tongues. So some of them had golden tongues. Some of them in their mouth, they actually had like fractures or shards. Like, some golden tongues were, I guess, broken apart. Some still had the golden tongues intact. And also there were like golden lotuses or shaped lotuses and other certain shapes inside of some of the mummies' mouths and on their bodies as well. Like under the wrapping, there was different shapes of gold ornaments or gold symbols that were found under their body in wrapping, and then the gold tongues, right? So what would happen is a section of their tongue would be cut out after they passed away, and then they would have a golden tongue after that, or a golden tongue was inserted. And this was so that they can talk to the god of the underworld in ancient Egyptian beliefs, which is Osiris. And so when they would go to the afterlife, right, the underworld, they could talk to Osiris. And of course, sometimes there were certain other things that you had to do when you get to the afterworld, right? Sometimes you'd have to give some type of gold or some types of gifts to the gods so you can get into the actual afterlife, right? And so I thought that this was very interesting because I love gold. I think a lot of people do love gold, especially in Africa. They love gold, and a lot of Asian countries as well. And so I just thought that this was very, very interesting. They found different people or different mummies, and this actual site that they are digging from, which I don't know how much I agree with digging up the ancestors, but that's another story. And so this site, they actually dug up another man, girl, or his wife, and a child last year, and maybe more people than that. So this is not the first time that they actually found gold tongues in the mummies before, but this is actually just adding on or addition to the gold tongues that they've actually found in this burial site, which is really crazy. And also, like, within the coffins, right, or within this area as well, they found other things. They found like tar, they found different types of pottery, they found different amulets as well, ancient amulets. They found all kind of stuff, and they're still finding it as time goes along. There's way more stuff to discover. Like I tell people all the time, in ancient Egypt, right, and also throughout Africa, in the Sahara Desert and other places, especially in the desert, there's probably ridiculous things buried under there. It's still my theory in ancient Egypt, as well as the rest of the Sahara Desert, that there are ancient weapons, there are ancient tools, there are ancient civilizations that are still buried under the sand. And actually, I'm gonna do a video about that, because the sand, I think a lot of people are perplexed by the sand. They don't really think about the sand, but there is a lot of things, my theory, that are buried under the sand. And obviously ancient Egypt, I mean, it just amazes me how ancient Egypt is there's still new things to be found. Like, it seems like forever. I mean, they've been digging, like archaeologists have been digging in Egypt forever. So it's just crazy that this civilization was so sophisticated, and also how complex their belief system was, how complex their societies was, how much of an influence that they had on the world, right? The different time periods of ancient Egypt. Because actually, in this tomb or this cemetery, they found like some, if I'm correct, like some type of like relics from the Roman Empire, right? So obviously, as you guys know, Egypt was conquered over thousands of years by different people, and so there were different dynasties, and obviously at some point Egypt was, flooded with foreigners, whether it be Europeans or Middle Eastern people, right? And then they conquered it, and then Egypt was unconquered again, and then they conquered it again, and then you had like the Nubians, right, which are, a lot of people would say is in Sudan, but then obviously there's Nubians in Egypt as well, right? So you have Nubians in Egypt, you had the Kush Empire, so they would conquer, and then it would just go back and forth. A lot of people conquered Egypt, from the original Egyptians and different groups in Egypt. And then obviously there was a lot of foreigners. So you will have different time periods and different dynasties where you will have different type of people. Just like in the United States of America, the Americas, more so, south, north, east, right? Obviously, we're melanated, brown, dark-skinned people. And then after that, you have an influx of Europeans coming into America. And now you know America for what it is now, multicultural, and then also very, very heavy on the European influence. So you can think about Egypt like that, but way, way longer and way, way, way more, I guess, prestige in history. We'll see what America does in the future. It's probably going to take another 1,000 years for America to do what Egypt has, to me personally. And so, yeah, this is what we found out today, right? More gold tongues, right? They're living their life and they're finding more people in ancient Egypt. Thought it was really interesting. I always love to keep up with, Africa in general, especially the home, Egypt. And so, yeah, we're going to keep continuing to follow these things and all these new discoveries. So, yo, guys, until next time, please like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification down there so you always get all my videos. Add me on all social medias, which is Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, Snapchat, Facebook, and TikTok. All African Network, each one teach one. Always love each other, always learn from each other. And yo, guys, until next time, Hotep, one love.